Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of 3 Extremes, an anthology of 3 short horror films from Hong Kong, South Korea, and Japan, each lasting about 40 minutes each. Fruit Chan, Park Chan-wook, and Takashi Miike are the directors, and this one made a pretty big splash back in the day. So the Hong Kong story, entitled Dumplings, which was directed by Fruit Chan, is about an aging actress, played by Miriam Yeung, who wishes to reclaim her youth. And she visits a shady woman played by Bai Ling, who makes dumplings that supposedly have regenerative properties, but they contain a gruesome, secret ingredient. Now this is a good one, with a pretty linear storyline, no confusing twists or anything. The theme is primarily about maintaining youthful beauty and the lengths to which women are willing to go in order to accomplish that. And there's some psychological pressure on our lead protagonist, not only because she's an aging actress who's attempting to maintain her career, but also because her marriage is emotionally dead and her husband is cheating on her with a younger woman. Performances are solid. There's discussions about the dumplings that have a slightly comedic vibe to it, because Bai Ling's character, when she's talking about how she makes them, she references this secret filling like it's a normal food item, even though it's obviously not. And she has like a lighthearted, matter-of-fact mentality toward her very macabre tactics. So yeah, it creates a little bit of a black humor element. And in her defense, the dumplings do look delicious, but I think I'll pass. In terms of horror, the premise definitely gives it some bite, and the surgery sequences are intense. There are a few surgery scenes in this. There is some wince-worthy stuff here involving blood and organs and stuff like that, so just be prepared. And the ending is also very dark tonally and rather offensive. Tony Leung Kai-fai is a supporting role, and Christopher Doyle did the cinematography. So yes, I enjoyed Dumplings. It's a solid short film. As most Asian horror fans know, there was also a full-length version of Dumplings that runs about 91 minutes long, and it's floating around. I saw the full-length film a while back, but I remember preferring it over the short film. I liked the extended version even more. It had a little bit more content, a little bit more depth. Unfortunately, I do not think that the full-length version was included as a special feature on the recent Arrow Blu-ray release, which is a bit disappointing, unless I missed it in the special features listing, but I don't think it's on there. The good news, though, is that it's still available on DVD, and it's relatively easy to find. So if you watch 3 Extremes, you enjoy the Dumplings short film, then you could go and find the full-length version if you'd like. Now, the South Korean story here, entitled Cut, was directed by Park Chan-wook. It's about a disgruntled actor who takes a director, played by Lee Byung-hun, and his wife hostage. This is basically a home invasion film. It takes place in one location primarily. Definitely some black humor in this one as well. It touches upon the relationship between wealth and goodness. And the bad guy in this is really demented. But Lee Byung-hun's character, the protagonist, has he thinks he's such a good guy with no faults. And one of the goals of the villain is to force our main protagonist to confront his darkest secrets. That's kind of where it goes. Similar to Dumplings, the cast here is strong. You get Lee Byung-hun in the lead role. Kang Hee-jung, the actress from Old Boy, plays his wife. And the bad guy is played by an actor named Lee Won-hee, who I don't think is an upper-tier actor, but he's adequate here. As you might expect from this director, some nice stylization, a few cool camera shots as well. The dialogue is interesting enough, and the conclusion to the conflict, I would say, is a little bit underwhelming. Although, I don't know if I would say that. It does include a nasty, bloody death scene, so that's always nice. But yeah, it's a good short film, but historically I've always considered Cut to be the weakest story in 3 Extremes. And I still think it's probably the least interesting of the bunch. It's a bit simplistic and a bit repetitive, but it's still good. Unlike a lot of anthologies out there, I think the weakest segment in 3 Extremes is still good. Now, the Japanese story, entitled Box, was directed by Takashi Miike, and it's my favorite short story in this anthology, and it focuses on the recurring dreams of a woman whose twin sister died when she was young. Now, I'm going to warn you, unlike the first two segments of this anthology, Box is like very dreamy and surreal. Individual scenes may be difficult to interpret, but that's to be expected from a dreamy movie like this. And it's pretty cool stuff regardless. This is less focused on dialogue, more focused on visual storytelling. There are some themes that are explored, but I won't spoil those for you because they kind of come to mind after the film's over, in my opinion. But yeah, the performances are very good here, although the actors are not quite as popular in the Japanese film industry as the other actors were in their respective industries that I've mentioned earlier. But you may recognize a few people here. Some awesome shots in this, though. Lots of snowy, icy environments. I love watching this in the wintertime. And the weird circus visuals and performance art scenes are very interesting to watch as well. Now, in terms of horror, this is different from Dumplings and Cut, which focus more on blood and wince-worthy moments. Box focuses more on creepiness and a sense of unease. There are a few flashbacks with some uncomfortable moments that infer certain things that happen to little kids. Nothing graphic, but the tone gives it a little bit of an edge. And there's a camera shot near the end that I love. So I think, all in all, I very much enjoy Three Extremes. The first time I saw this, way back in the day, I was not a big fan of it. I think maybe it was a little too artsy-fartsy for me at the time. I guess some viewers, if you don't like artistic horror, you may not like this as much. If you want more conventional stuff, it may not satisfy you as much. But it did grow on me significantly after repeat viewings, and I quite like it now. I strongly recommend this. And let me know which of the three stories is your personal favorite. This is currently available on Tubi streaming, and there was a tricked out Blu-ray release from Arrow, which also includes the separate but thematically related anthology called 3. So check it out. And as always, I'll see you next time.